I watched Candyman 3, also known as Candyman Day of the Dead, and Candyman 4, which is also just known as Candyman. I'm going to go over both of them, spoiler free, and I'll just let you know my thoughts. And with that, let's get to the review. I think Candyman Day of the Dead is a decent film, but it's definitely not anything great. As the Day of the Dead celebration approaches, the barrio of East Los Angeles, Carolyn is challenged to control the horrific legend of her ancestor, the Candyman. Before I mention anything positive, I want to go into just the negatives first. I think this film is very similar to the second Candyman film, which it's to the extent where it's too similar. I've seen a couple of people mentioning that, and I have to kind of agree. That being said, I still enjoyed it decently well. Like, nothing, I didn't think it was that great, but I didn't think it was horrible. Also, this film is probably the most sexual in the Candyman franchise, which I'm not a fan of. Also, there are some characters towards the end. Well, I think we see at least one of them before, whose reasoning for being there I thought was kind of goofy. Honestly, that kind of scene I thought was just a little strange. I really liked some of these characters, others I hated, but that was on purpose. And I really liked them exploring the Mexican culture a bit in this film. I thought that was pretty cool. And I think the story itself was interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go over Candyman 2021, which also is another film that I wouldn't say is bad, but I wouldn't say it's great either. A Chicago artist, Sanity, starts to unravel, unleashing a terrific wave of violence when he begins to explore the macabre history of the Candyman. So, I think the messaging in this film was a bit heavy-handed, and at times it could be a bit much. I also wish some of these kills were a bit more brutal. I know that's something more personal, and I wish there was a lot more Tony Todd. There was definitely not enough. It has like a light body horror element, but it's just not enough for me. I really think they could have upped it a bit. I don't know exactly how they would do that, but there's some like shocking or body horror, but it's nothing like, insane. It doesn't have to be insane, but I wish it was a bit more. I also thought the soundtrack was pretty good. And there are some scenes with like anyone who's that fear of holes might want to watch out for because it has like that kind of trypophobia elements to it, which I personally thought was kind of a little bit nasty, but I like that. I like how they put that in this film. I really think this film did some a lot of interesting and unique things that I have not seen in the previous Candyman films, especially with the mirrors and how Candyman kills. I would say my overall thoughts for the Candyman films aren't the greatest. I think the first is probably the best, but I don't think any of them are like really really good. Or I like they're not that good to me, but I don't think any of them are terrible. So I would like to know your guys' thoughts on these films, and I have a poll going on right now. I don't know when I'm going to end it. It's going to need to be going over the next franchise that I'm going to go over right now. There's the options are Robert the Doll, Cube, A Nightmare on Elm Street, and Chucky, and you can go and vote. It's on the post area of my YouTube channel. I'm probably going to stop it pretty soon and pick whatever one has the most votes, and then that's the franchise I'll be going over. Bye.